Let me pause this to Discord real quick. Oh, it's so far behind. Oh my god. Oh, it's so far behind. Oh my god. Oh, it's so far behind. Oh. But it just keeps repeating. Okay, well, I'm gonna play some music, because yay. Okay, so I probably actually need to pull up my chat on here. Okay, so I don't care that nobody's watching. Look at my beautiful sweater. Okay, but like a while ago, like I think like last week, last week. So I was going to do a live stream then of like me hanging up all the art on my wall that you're actually like in front of right now. So yeah, and of course then was when my printer decided to break, so I couldn't print anything. So I was like, well, there goes that plan. So I wasn't able to live stream hanging up art, and then so I was like, well, crap. And then I've been working on my printer like ever since, like, oh, can I get this like fixed? So that I can at least hang up art, like not do a live stream, just like get it hung up for next video. Well, like, printer hasn't gotten fixed yet. I've changed the ink, I've cleaned the heads, I've done everything. Like, the only thing I can think of is get a new freaking printer. And I don't have that kind of money. And so it's like, yeah. And like nobody in my family has that kind of money either. So it's not like, oh, they can like go get that money for me. Well, not money for me, but like they could also buy a printer because like everybody uses the printer. So it's like, yeah, so I don't have a printer, so there's not gonna be art up on the wall for a while. So yay. And then last weekend also, like, I had so much stuff going on. I was just gonna make a regular video, like a story time, like I'm gonna tell now. But like, I had so much stuff going on, and yeah. So I ended up not doing the regular story time, and it's just like, oh my god, I need to make a video. So yeah. like move this stuff. Okay. So I was just like, well, great. And then I was going to make like how I put on Aspen, because you know every fursuiter puts on their suit a little differently, and then like I just never have gotten around to doing it. So that'll probably be next week's video. I don't know. And then if you're on my Discord, you probably have seen, if you've checked it at all, that I've been asking about another suit and about like a reference sheet and everything. And yes, I'm getting another suit in a long time though. Because this suit, I'm going to a different maker, and they're a little bit more expensive. So I have to save up for them. And then, of course, also just have to pay for regular things in life. So it's like, yeah, it's going to be a little while until I get that. And then the Oculus Rift, you know, the for VR. Like, this is like horrible lighting, man. Like, yeah. Okay, but that, like, I want an Oculus Rift, so I'm actually going to kind of save up for that first. Because I'm actually working for my mom this weekend. So hopefully I'll get some money, and I'm going to actually put that towards the Oculus Rift. So, you know. So, yeah. And then, why I'm brushing Aspen is because I went trick-or-treating in him. I don't have any video. My friend took one video of me, like, dancing to spooky, scary skeletons. And, she doesn't have, like, minutes or anything on her phone, so she can't send it to me, so I'll probably never get that video. But, yeah, so I don't have any video to show you if I wanted to put that in the next video I make, so that I can, like, edit it in and stuff. So, and then, yay, okay, trying to think of anything else I need to update you guys on. I don't think so. And then, so the story I was actually going to tell was, I don't think I've ever told this story. Sorry if I have. You're gonna hear it again. So, while I was at the airport, you know, coming back from Disney World and everything. So, this lady came up to us. And of course, like, I was charging my phone because, like, my phone was dead from using it on the flight and everything. Like, I'm trying not to get my music too loud. So, like, because I was using my phone on the flight to listen to music and everything. Uh, and so, of course, it was pretty much dead. Uh, so I was charging my phone, and this like lady comes up. She was like a really nice girl and everything. She's in her 20s, I would have to say, and just got off the flight. Her boyfriend is supposed to be picking her up. She doesn't know where he is, so and her phone's at like 2%. So she's like, "Can I use your charger for like a little bit, just so I can like talk to my boyfriend and know where he is, so that I know how I'm supposed to like be getting home?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, it must be like super stressful, like not knowing how you're getting home and like where your boyfriend is and everything. It's probably super stressful. And so, like, I let her plug in her phone on my charger, and she like texts him and calls him and gets it all situated. And then, she like has to use the restroom. And she is so weird. Like, people normally don't do this. They don't come up to like random strangers in an airport and go like, "Hey, can I use like your phone charger?" Like, right? They normally don't do that. I know sometimes in an emergency, they might, but like generally speaking, they don't. So like right off the bat, it was kind of really weird that like she was coming to us and everything, right? But I'm a nice person, so I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. And so sorry, I'm trying to like decide what song this is. Okay. Um and so, I'm nice to her and I'm like, yeah, go ahead, plug in your phone. And so of course, then she has to use the restroom. So she's like, "Can I just leave my phone with you and go to the restroom?" And of course, that's really weird because she said she was from New York. And I'm not saying anything like bad, but generally, if you're from New York, you don't trust random strangers, especially with your phone. So, of course, we're kind of weirded out at first. Like, wait, you're just gonna like leave us alone with your phone? Okay. But we let her do it. We're like, we're still sitting here. We're gonna like, we're still like waiting on our flight. We were actually like flying out, and so we were waiting on our flight still, and it was gonna be like an hour, 2 hours until our flight came. So we were like, yeah, sure. Leave your phone with us, go to the restroom, come back, great. And she's gone for like a really long time. So me and my mom start like FaceTiming one of my mom's really good friends. And like are talking about this like random girl like came up to us and asked to use our phone charger and then left us with her phone. It's like people don't generally do this. It doesn't matter if you're from New York or not. People are generally very, very protective over their phones. So, of course, we were like weirded out and everything, right? And so then we're like still FaceTiming my mom's friend. And we're like, she's been gone for like 15 minutes, like in the bathroom. And then me and my mom like start thinking, wait, is this phone like a bomb? Like, are we holding a bomb right now? Because like it totally could be a bomb, like nobody would ever suspect like, a girl like her, a very petite, like small Indian girl. Nobody would suspect her of carrying like a bomb. And then it's so weird, like nobody ever like comes up to random strangers and is like, hold my phone. Right? Or like, can I leave my phone with you while I use the restroom? Nobody ever does this. So, of course, we're like, holy crap, are we like holding a bomb? Is it gonna freaking blow us up? Like, oh my god. And so, of course, like, I'm trying to think a little bit reasonably, like, why us? We're just kind of two random people in a freaking airport. You know, it's not like we're very significant or anything. So, like, why would she want to blow us up? You know, you would think if someone's going to blow something up, it would be something, like, important, you know, like, maybe the, like, doorway to, like, a plane or something, or, like, the conveyor belt for, you know, the luggage and everything, or in a more populated area, because me and my mom weren't in a very, like, highly populated area, right? You know, we were just kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere, like, nobody was there. And so, of course, you know, like, why would she, like, come up to us and give us that if she, like, wanted to blow anything up, you know? Because, like, we were, like, the only people sitting there. And so, of course, she then comes back and we're like, okay, it's not a bomb, but very weird. So she then is like, okay, thank you so much for, like, watching my phone and, you know, letting me use your charger and everything. And I'm like, you're welcome, but we're still a little weirded out. Like, you say you're from New York, but you trust, like, random freaking strangers just, like, sitting here waiting on a flight with your phone. It's like, what if we weren't honest people and we took off with your phone? Or what if, like, our flight came and we freaking took your phone? You know, it's like, then there's no way to get it because we're, like, on the freaking other side of the country. So it's like, you know, it's just, like, a little weird. So me and my mom were just really weirded out by that. But yeah. And, like, another thing I want to talk about is, like, my mom thinks everything is from a video game. And because, like, when I was getting Aspen, when I did get Aspen and, like, put him on and talked to one of my friend's parents, you know, like, my mom was like, oh, go get on, like, your suit and go and, like, show it to him, right? And I was like, okay. So I went and put Aspen on, and then my mom was just, like, talking to one of my friend's mom, and was like, yeah, he's from, like, an anime or something. And I was like, no, he's, like, a custom made character, you know, not from anything, made him of my own. And my mom's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, I could be a little creative sometimes, even though he's, like, two freaking colors. But yeah. And such, like, a simple layout. It's like, I could be a little creative. I'm that one furry that doesn't have an artistic bone in my body. So, yay. And so, of course, then I have this jacket with, like, a wolf on it. And it says, if you want to fight, I'll bring a war. And it's just, like, a saying. It's probably in a video game, yes. But, like, it probably doesn't originate from the video game, you know. So, of course, like, I have that jacket. And it's just, like, you know, it goes with me so well. Like, if you pick a fight with me, I'll, like, demolish you. And so, of course, she's like, yeah, that's from, like, a video game. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just, like, a saying, you know. Just a saying, doesn't mean anything. Well, it does mean something, but, like, not from a game or anything. And she, like, sits there and argues with me for, like, 10 minutes that it's from a video game. And I'm like, it might be in a video game, but it's not, like, originally from a video game. It's just a saying. And it's just like, oh my god, not everything I talk about is from a video game. Or anime. Like, So, yay. Oh, this is like the perfect time, but like, this is the fan that like goes in Aspen, you know, it's just like USB, and it's just a little fan. So yeah, that's just the fan that goes in Aspen. Oh my god, so I'm gonna talk about when I went to like a trunk or treat, because it was actually at my mom's work. Got like a lot of crab on the bottom of the feet. So it was actually at my mom's work, and so sorry, I'm just trying to clean off his feet. So it was actually at my mom's work, and like I went there, and it's been like really cold here lately. Like generally, it's always close to kind of like 50 to 60 degrees during the day, like Fahrenheit, and like 30s, 40s at night. So it's not like it's super hot, right? And so it was really cold that day that the trunk or treat was. It was actually on the 30th. So, of course, okay then. So, of course, I'm like, I don't think I'll need the fan for Aspen, It's like pretty cold outside, and it's not like it's going to be super like, oh my god, like I need my fan. Well, I was wrong. Plus, like, it's kind of an inconvenience to have my fan in, because my fan goes right in the back of Aspen's mouth. So it's like I can't do anything with his head on, like I can't drink or I can't eat, like other people can in their suits. So it's like it's kind of an inconvenience, especially since I'm going to like a trunk or treat, right? Because like I'm gonna want to eat some candy there. So of course I'm like, I won't put in his fan. It's not hot outside. I want to eat some candy while I'm there. Great. And I was super freaking wrong. Like I got there and it was so hot, and like I went like right after school. Like I came home, put on Aspen, and then left. And so of course I didn't change into my regular clothes that like I wear in Aspen. I just like left on my regular old everyday clothes. And so of course it didn't like block any of the sweating that like got into the suit. So that's why I so heavily like disinfected. Like I've pretty much been like quarantined out of my living room, because that's actually where I have him, because I have like an upstairs living room, because the freaking smell of the disinfectant. And so, like, I don't think I needed to, like, wash him, because it's not like he got super dirty. It's just, like, kind of sweat a little bit in him. So, I just kind of wanted to disinfect that so that it didn't, like, grow mold or anything, so. And then, and then, and where was I? Oh, yeah. So I was really hot. Like, I was sweating like a freaking pig. Um, and, like, my feet do not bend. Like, if you can see that, like, they don't really bend. And, like, I'm using a lot of force. So it's like, that's kind of why it's bending a little bit right there. So pretty much you're walking with, like, a straight foot when you're in my suit. And try to walk with a perfectly straight foot, that can't bend. Like, it is so hard and it is so uncomfortable. So, of course, my legs are kind of starting to hurt. And yay. So, of course, like my legs and feet are like in agony. I am freaking hot. And like the head, after wearing it for a while, it gets kind of heavy and it started really hurting my neck. So I kept like having to like hold it up, which kind of looked really cute because I was just holding it up by like the cheeks. And I kept having to like take it off, for one to like kind of get some cool air. And then kind of let my neck rest. So, but it was still pretty fun, it's just kind of yay. And so, and then another thing that happened. So my friend, I actually went with like my friend, and her brothers ended up coming, and one of her brothers was dressed as like a werewolf. So I was like, oh my god, wouldn't it be hilarious if you like wore around my head for a while? And he was like, oh my god, yes, like I want to wear your head now. And I was like, okay, there you go, like freaking wear it. And eventually I'm going to get a balaclava, so that'll cut down on the sweat in it. And so like he's running around like wearing it, and of course like it's a giant freaking head. Like, look at this thing. It's like a pretty big, decent sized head. And and he's like small. He's like 8 years old, so he's only like this tall. And so of course it's very noticeable with him like running around in it. Like, if you miss this freaking like 3-foot child running around in like a 1.5 foot tall wolf head, you're blind. And so like he's running around in it. My mom walks right past him because we were like putting my friend's stuff in her grandma's car, so that like we didn't have to get it out of my car and everything, because like I said, we came straight from school. And she like looks at me and is like, put on your head, like put on your head so he can go. And oh yeah, I actually got this from like the trunk or treat. Like, and a funny thing about this, so it's like a Jurassic World thing, but like I don't know if you can see it, but they left the watermark on it. It's freaking hilarious. And so I just like playfully said, oh, I can't. Like, I thought she saw, my pistachio, actually. Like her brother, like running around in my giant freaking fursuit head. Like she legit walked past him, like, here's him, and she's like, whoop, and she missed him somehow. And so, of course, I just playfully, said, oh, like, I can't, haha, like he has my head on. And of course, she thinks I put it in the back of my friend's grandma's car. And like yells at me like, are you kidding me? Why didn't you say anything? Like, thinking that it's shut in the back of the car, and tries to yank open my friend's grandma's car, like the back of her car. Of course, she locked the car. And so just like yanks on it for no reason. And like lurches the car. Like, I don't know why my mom was kind of in a bad mood there, but she was. And so like was like, oh my god, like I need to unlock your car, like yelling at my friend's grandma. And I'm just like, no, like Pistachio's brother is wearing my head. And she looks at him and is like, "Oh, like, God, I hate you." Like, literally says, like, "I hate you" to me. Like, "You're so annoying." And I'm like, "How did you miss him running around? It's a giant freaking head." It's like half the size he is. So it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So, yay. And of course, he then gives me back my head, and we go walking around again. And then, I feel horrible about this, but like, there was this kid, like, it was like a really little, like, down to like here on me kid. And, uh, like, I didn't see him because, of course, you know, your peripheral in a fursuit head is like horrible. So, of course, like, I didn't see him, and that's kind of why I brought my friend, because I was like, oh, yeah, like, you can go trick or treating too, because, you know, she generally doesn't go trick or treating because, you know, her parents can't take her anywhere. And I'm like, and you can kind of be my eyes a little bit, you know, tell me if I'm about to run into anyone. And doesn't tell me I'm about to run into this little freaking kid. So I run like smack into him and like almost plow him over. Luckily, like I have 13 dogs at home and like a cat. And so I'm used to having to stop like suddenly because I ran into something. So I'm able to very quickly kind of stop and, you know, just not plow this poor kid over. And of course, this adult then yells at me, like, you shouldn't be wearing a mask if you can't see. Like, if you're going to be running over kids. And I'm like, I'm trying not to. So, yeah. So I got, like, yelled at twice. So it's like, And then, like, they had, like, this Jurassic Park themed thing, and it was, like, a giant box, like, refrigerator box that they kind of made, like, the Jurassic Park out of. And you would go in and get, like, candy. And that's actually where I got, like, the VIP Jurassic Park thing. And I was too tall for it. Like, I hit the box, and I'm like, ah! And, of course, they keep making the joke, like, I'm too Jurassic for the Jurassic Park. So, yeah. So, it was a very eventful trunk or treat. So, yay. So, yeah. I probably need to pull these out of his eyes. When I disinfected him, I threw these in his eyes. Well, I'm done brushing him. So I guess this is goodbye.